Saraya, formerly known as Paige in WWE, has officially announced that she is parting ways with All Elite Wrestling. The English wrestler revealed the news in her upcoming podcast, Rule Breakers with Saraya, set to drop this Thursday. In her heartfelt statement, she shared that while her journey with AEW has been fulfilling, it is now coming to an end. "I'm here to tell you that me and AEW's relationship has come to an end," she stated. "I had an amazing time there. There's no bad blood between us. I had such a magical time." For Saraya, the decision wasn't driven by backstage drama, personal conflict, or dissatisfaction with the company. Instead, it boiled down to a simple reality: there wasn't a suitable storyline for her at the moment. "Right now, there's really no storylines where I would fit in," she explained, making it clear that her departure had nothing to do with AEW's president Tony Khan. She emphasized her respect for him, describing her time under his leadership as positive and enjoyable. "I loved my Fing time there," she candidly expressed. "Tony's Fing awesome, and anyone that goes to work there will just enjoy their time. It's just great. And I'll miss the girls' locker room." The 32-year-old wrestler had an eventful run with AEW, debuting for the company in 2022 after departing from WWE that same year. Her presence was immediately felt in AEW, as fans who had long supported her career embraced her return to the ring. After years of uncertainty following a career-threatening injury, her AEW debut was seen as a triumphant comeback. She stepped into the AEW women's division with passion, excitement, and a determination to prove that she still had more to give to professional wrestling. However, her last televised match took place in October 2024 before she decided to take time away from the ring. Though her journey with AEW is concluding, Saraya's future in wrestling remains an open book. She didn't shut the door on any possibilities, including a potential return to WWE. While she didn't confirm any plans to re-sign with the company that made her a global star, she also didn't rule it out. Wrestling fans are already speculating about whether she could once again grace a WWE ring, perhaps for one more iconic run. Saraya's wrestling journey has been nothing short of remarkable. From the moment she stepped into the WWE scene as a fresh-faced talent in NXT to becoming the first-ever NXT Women's Champion, she quickly made an impact. Her main roster debut on Raw in 2014 was one of the most memorable moments in women's wrestling history, defeating AJ Lee for the WWE Divas Championship in a shocking upset. She went on to be one of the leading figures in WWE's women's division during a pivotal era, helping to pave the way for the women's evolution. But just as she was reaching her prime, a series of injuries sidelined her, ultimately forcing her into an early retirement in 2018. It was a devastating blow for a wrestler who lived and breathed the sport since childhood, growing up in a wrestling family where the ring was her second home. For years, it seemed as though Saraya's wrestling career had ended far too soon. But then, in a move that surprised many, AEW provided her with an opportunity for a fresh start. When she arrived in AEW in 2022, fans rejoiced at the possibility of seeing her compete again. It was an emotional return for Saraya, proving that she still had fight left in her. AEW allowed her to rekindle her love for wrestling and reconnect with an audience that had supported her through her highs and lows. Her feud with Britt Baker was a highlight of her AEW tenure, showing that she could still perform at a high level despite past setbacks. However, professional wrestling is an ever-changing industry where storylines dictate a performer's trajectory. With no immediate creative plans for her within AEW, the decision to step away from the company seemed like a natural conclusion. Saraya has always been open about wanting to be where she feels valued and where she can contribute meaningfully. She has been in the wrestling business long enough to understand its cyclical nature. What may not make sense now could become a perfect fit down the line. Even as she exits AEW, Saraya's name remains relevant, and her influence in professional wrestling is undeniable. Possibility of a WWE return would undoubtedly be met with excitement and anticipation. WWE has shown in recent years that it is willing to bring back stars from the past for significant storylines, and Saraya, with her history and fanbase, would be a compelling addition if she chose to return. The landscape of women's wrestling has evolved since her departure, and a comeback could provide her with the opportunity to work with new talent while revisiting unfinished business from her previous WWE run. Beyond wrestling, Saraya has built a strong personal brand. Her charisma and candid personality have made her a favorite on social media, and her upcoming podcast, Rule Breakers with Saraya, is poised to be a platform where she can share her unfiltered thoughts, experiences, and opinions. Given her history of being outspoken and unapologetically herself, the podcast will likely offer fans an inside look into her life, career, and future aspirations. With her departure from AEW now official, Saraya stands at a crossroads in her career. Will she take a break from in-ring action to explore other opportunities, or will she make a shocking return to WWE and remind the world why she was once considered one of the most promising women's wrestlers of her generation? Regardless of where she lands next, one thing is certain: Saraya's story in professional wrestling is far from over. As she bids farewell to AEW, fans can only speculate on what's next. Whether she decides to wrestle again or transition into other ventures, her legacy remains intact. Saraya has always been more than just a wrestler. She is a fighter, a trailblazer, and an inspiration to those who have followed her journey. For now, she leaves AEW with gratitude and appreciation, knowing that wherever she goes next, her loyal fanbase will be right there with her, cheering her on every step of the way. Professional wrestling world is a tapestry woven with threads of drama, athleticism, and the raw emotion of performers who dedicate their lives to the craft. Saraya, a name that resonates with fans across the globe, has been a significant part of this tapestry, her journey marked by both triumph and adversity. Her recent announcement of parting ways with All Elite Wrestling (AEW) has stirred the wrestling community, leaving many to ponder the next chapter in her illustrious career. This decision, as she articulated on her forthcoming podcast, Rule Breakers with Saraya, stems not from any animosity or dissatisfaction, but from a pragmatic assessment of her current position within the company. Saraya, with her characteristic candor, explained that the absence of a compelling storyline that aligns with her character and aspirations prompted her departure. This clarity speaks volumes about her professionalism and understanding of the wrestling business, where creative direction is paramount. Her relationship with AEW President Tony Khan, whom she holds in high regard, remains untarnished, reinforcing that this was a mutual and amicable decision. Her tenure in AEW, which began in 2022 after her departure from WWE, was a testament to her resilience and enduring passion for wrestling. Saraya's return to the ring was nothing short of a miracle, given her history of career-threatening injuries. Her arrival in AEW was met with an outpouring of support, as fans rejoiced at the opportunity to witness her compete once again. This emotional connection between Saraya and her audience is a testament to the impact she has made throughout her career. Her feud with Britt Baker in particular showcased her ability to still deliver high-caliber matches, proving that she had not lost a step despite her time away from the ring. However, the transient nature of professional wrestling means that even the most beloved performers must navigate the ebb and flow of creative opportunities.